Hello, my name is Julie, and this is KS Mom Crochets. And today is Crochet Podcast number 17, and I have a very special visitor. This is my little Lucy. She followed me in here, so I thought I'll just let her be part of my introduction. But yeah, so let's just get started. So today I have 3 finished objects for you all. My first finished object is my Tooterphants. Now, I did show the beginning of this on my Whip Wednesday video. My daughter had asked me to make one, and she chose this yarn, which is the wool-free sock yarn in the color Cottage Garden. And this is how much I have left. So I have about a third of the skein, maybe a little over. Not quite half, though. This is the little version of the Tooterphants. And then here is the big version of the Tooterphants. And I used the 2.75 hook on both of these. Now this one is done with the Premier Fruits in the colorway Grape. And like I said, this is the wool-free sock yarn. They're both by Premier. And they are exactly the same yarn, just obviously different colorways. But the yarn is exactly the same. Did I say I used the 2.75 hook? I think I did. But anyway, I did do the tails a little bit different. On this one, I made it have like a little bit of like a shredded tail or a fuzzy tail. And on this one, I just chained some chain loops and did like 4 chain loops to make its tail. But this is the size difference on, well, I got it up sideways. But this is the size difference on the small Tooterphants, and then this purple one is the big Tooterphants, and they are both in the same pattern. Like you get both patterns for both of them. But I'm really happy with how that it turned out. This pattern is by Lucy Collin, and she is on Etsy. Now my Tooterphants came out of this book right here, the Quick and Easy Crochet, but I don't know if you can find this anymore. I got mine on eBay, but I don't know if if anybody has any listed on there or not. But the pattern in the book is written in UK terms, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know 100% because I don't have the Etsy pattern, but it says that the Etsy pattern is in US terms. So I'm not really for sure. But this is what hers looks like. But you do get the big and little Tooterphants pattern in the pattern. Yeah. So yeah. So that is the size difference in that. In the same size yarn. And I'm really happy. I love how these colors played out. I knew this yarn was going to be really pretty when I seen it in person, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. And all the feet are just a little bit different, but yeah. And I think I used 8mm eyes on him, and for some reason, as I've said before, all of these are boys to me. Because my daughter named the first one I ever made Mr. Tooterphants, and it just stuck. So no matter what color they are, they're always a boy. My second finished object is my blanket. Now I showed this last podcast, and I was calling it my ugly blanket because I took I had 4 cakes, 2 of each colorway of the sugar wheel from Hobby Lobby, the Yarn Bee sugar wheel that I had got on clearance. One of them was called Warm Gingerbread, and the other one was called Dream Puff Cream Puff. So I used 4 cakes, 2 of each color, a 6mm hook, and then I used some of this Red Heart Bunches of Hugs in the color Licorice, but it's just black. It's just a black 408 yarn. That's just another one that I had to get into because I ran out of the one I was using. So I just did I did 1 cake, let it run out, and then I added 5 rows of black. I can't tell if I'm getting it in camera or not. And then I added the second cake, did 5 rows of black, added the third cake, and then I did 5 more rows of black, and then the fourth cake, I added that, and it wasn't quite long enough, or the length that I wanted, so I did add 5 rows of black to the top. It's still not as long as I wanted it to be, but it worked out fine. And I will pop in a picture of what this looks like held up. I had my husband take a picture of me holding it up, and I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Now, this is the Drunken Granny stitch by the Secret Yarnery. And I will link that tutorial in the description box below. But I am loving how this turned out, and obviously this is not my not so ugly blanket, but I really enjoyed making this. I had so much fun making it, and I think it turned out really pretty, even though it was 2 yarns that just did not look like they would ever ever go together, but they did. They turned out, I think the black really tied those colors together. So like I said in my last video, maybe you have some just random balls of yarn or cakes of yarn, and you just throw them together and see how it turns out, and you never know, maybe it'll turn out good too. But yeah, this is my Drunken Granny blanket, so I'm really, really happy with that. I'll throw it over there to get it out of the way. And then the next thing that is finished, if I can get it here without knocking everything over, is Caitlin's granny square bag and or purse, and I am so happy with how it turned out. Now, Caitlin, if you've just joined me, or if you don't watch all of my videos, I am teaching my daughter how to crochet, and she did make all of the squares on this. I made up the centers, and then she crocheted the next 2 rounds. All of the squares except for, I think I only made 2 of them. But then I put it all together and, you know, made the strap, crocheted all the squares together, made the sides, and yeah, I'm really loving how it turned out. So these are 3 round granny squares, and I sewed 4 of them together, did 2 rounds of the granny stitch all the way around to make a panel. I did the same thing for the back and did 4 with 2 rounds all the way around, and I just single crocheted them together to where the ridge would be on the inside, be nice and pretty on the outside. And then for the flap, I took 2 squares, single crocheted them together, did 2 rounds of granny, and then I single crocheted them together, but I made the ridge to where it was on the outside so that it would fold over really nice, because if I had hid that ridge, I don't think it would have folded over the way that it should have. Sorry about that. My daughter interrupted me. But anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, so then I just took my squares and I did back loop only. I was watching the Littlejohn Yarns video tutorial, but I really didn't follow that. I will link it below because it is a very similar purse to this, but I didn't follow it really. I just kind of just did my own thing and winged it. So, but anyway, I did the back loops only on the front panel all the way around with half double crochet, and then I just kept half double crocheting until the side was the width, and I did all 3 sides all the way around, and then I left the top open, you know, and then to get the panels together, because I was working off of one panel, I just would half double crochet in the strip that I had made, and then I would slip stitch into the second panel into the back loop. And I just did that all the way across until it was connected, and it worked out okay. I mean, I'm sure it's not perfect, but it's fine. And then, what else did I do? Okay, so then I connected the strap, and I did half double crochet until I got the strap the length that I needed, and it is really long because she wanted it to be a crossbody bag. So this side is where I connected to start, and then this side is where I actually connected it, and I slip stitched it together, and it did give that ridge there. I should have figured out a way to have that ridge on the inside, but it's fine. It's fine. This is only like my third time making a bag, so I'm kind of proud that I figured out how to do this. And then I took my yarn and I single crocheted all the way around the top of the bag here, and then I single crocheted around the flap all the way around, just to kind of finish that off. And that is what it looks like. And I think it turned out really good. And later in the video, I will show you what I'm going to do about lining this, because it does have holes. And this yarn is cotton. This yarn is Red Heart Scrubby Smoothie in the color Ocean and in the color Lavender. And we didn't even use the whole skein of the lavender because we only used it for like a couple, 2 rounds on some of the squares. But on the Ocean, I used almost all of 2. I did make a granny square with the rest of it just to, use to wash off my counters or whatever, because it's cotton. You can use it in the kitchen. So I did make that, but I'm not really going to count that as a finished object. I just wanted to use up that yarn because I do keep my ball bands. I did that last year, and it was really fun to see how much yarn that I had used. So I do that this year too. So I don't know if I'll keep both of them. I might, and just take off some of the yardage when I add it up, because I did do most of the crocheting on this bag. But yeah, so stay tuned for acquisitions, and I will show you what I'm going to do for the lining, because this bag loses its shape when you put stuff in it, because I guess I should have had her use the smaller hook or something. I don't know, but it is kind of stretchy. Not bad, but it does stretch and lose its shape. So I am going to try to do something about that. Now that is all my finished objects, and I do have some whips. Now before I get started on showing my whips, I did not work on the pig that I was working on last week. I didn't touch it, honestly. I kind of got aggravated with the errors in the pattern, even though they weren't that many. I just need to take a little step back from that, but I will finish it because it's going to be cute when it's done. Now I did work on my Ruana. I'm getting really, really close. I have not weaved in any of my ends. You all will figure out that I despise weaving in ends, and I always save it till last. I know that doesn't make any sense because it's better to weave them in as you go, but I just would rather wait till last. And the bad thing is I do have some projects that are done that just need ends weaved in that I haven't weaved in. It's horrible. I'm horrible about that, but I will do it on this. Maybe you all will help me be accountable for weaving in my ends. But this is my Ruana so far, and last time I showed you all I had 2 repeats, and then I did do the second repeat, and then it's really, really long. So there's my pocket hole. Oh, right here's my pocket hole. So I did finish off that section, and then you do make a smaller or not as long strip for the back panel. So I did get that done, and then I started on my other arm. Now I know you're not going to really be able to tell much about it, but it does lay something like this. I know this isn't right, But it does lay something like this. It goes all the way down your arm, and then you have a strip across your back, and then I need to get all the way down this arm. So it's coming along, and I'm really, really happy with it so far. I'm using a 6mm hook on this, and I'm using Big Twist value yarn from Joann's. This color is burgundy. This color right here is wine, and then we have our dark gray and our medium gray. And I'm just alternating those colors like that, and I think it's going to be really, really pretty when I get done. But like I said, I do have a million ends to weave in, but I will get to that. I will get to that eventually. So that is my progress on the Campfire Ruana, and this pattern is by Grammy Crochet or Lynette, and I will link her tutorial video in my description box so that if you want to make one, you can find the tutorial. Now the next thing that I started, because I kind of had start-itis just a little bit, let me see. This fits in this bag. Yes, this is in this bag. Sorry, this video is just full of interruptions. That's what happens when you record earlier in the day. But anyway, as I was saying, my sister had watched my Whip Wednesday video, and she asked me to make her Tooterphants. So I sent her some pictures of some yarn that I had, and this is the color that she picked. It is, again, the wool-free sock yarn. I am using a 2.75mm hook on this, and this color is called Vegas Lights. It's a little blowed out. But yeah, it's just really, really pretty. She wanted it to be pink, but it's obviously not got a lot of pink. It has a lot of, it worked up a lot different than I thought that it would, because you know, you can see those colors in the skein, but it just looks more pink overall. But I really do love how that it's working up. So I did get the body done, and I probably could have finished this, but I took a break and worked on my Ruana. So this is what it's looking like. And like I said earlier, this is the Little Tooterphants, and it is by Lucy Collin, and the pattern will be linked below. And it is going to be the same size as this one. So I think it's going to turn out really, really cute. I love this pattern so much. I normally will make something once, maybe twice, and then I usually do not go back to it for a long, long time. The first time I had made that Tooterphants was like a year or so ago. And I have just got addicted to making these because it works up so pretty in the striped or variegated or whatever yarns. It's just the perfect pattern for this type of yarn. So it just makes it so much fun to try it in all the different colors. And I'm sure you all are getting tired of seeing these, but I just can't help it. I just love this pattern so much, and I just know I'm going to be making all kinds of them. I'm just going to have a little herd of Tooterphants just all over the place. So my next work in progress is I wanted to use my Hobie Rainbow yarn because I was using a little bit of it on the pig that I showed last week that I have not touched. But I wanted to use it for the body of an Amigurumi because High Season, she asked me how I was liking the yarn, and I didn't want to give my opinion on the yarn until I knew for sure how it was going to work up on an actual body of an Amigurumi. So I'm working out of my go-to book, Edward's Menagerie. This is the very first crochet book that I ever had, my very first one. And I just love this book. I have made quite a few of these patterns, and I always end up going back to it. It's just something that just has so many different animals that I just always find something new that I want to make. But I had never made this giraffe. Oh my goodness. This monkey. And this is called Jermaine the gorilla. My bad, it's a gorilla. Jermaine the Gorilla, and it is in the first Edward's Menagerie book. And all the basic, I'm losing stuff. All the basic parts, like the body and the arms and the legs, are all the same throughout this book. Now, every now and then you might find a pattern. Let me see if I can find that one. Okay, like this one is Seamus, I guess? I don't know. Seamus the alpaca. But like some of their bodies are just a little bit longer. But most of the animals in here all have the same body shape. So I just started working up the body, and I didn't really know what that I was going to actually make. I just knew that I wanted it to be brown, and I just started making the body, and then I decided to make the gorilla. But I do have his little body, and I love how fat their little tummies are. This book is in UK terms too, by the way. But I love how they have the fat little tummies. So I do have that, and like I said, I am using the Hobie Rainbow 8.4, and I'm using a 2.75 millimeter hook. I think it's doing alright. It's not showing my stuffing too bad with that hook. I probably should have went down to a 2.5, but I just like my 2.75. This yarn is really, really nice. It is like very nice yarn. I love it. It is thin. It's thinner than the Katona. It's thinner than the Saffron, the drop Saffron. So I think that if I ever order this again, I'm going to try the 8.6. Not that I don't love it, not that I won't use what I have, because I will, but I do like a little bit thicker yarn, because I don't like to use anything smaller than a 2.75 hook. That's just my go-to hook. But I am using this color, which is color number 6, and then I'm using this color, so those two together, which is color number 15. So this is what I'm using for the gorilla. And like I said, I have the body. Let me see if I can get my little pieces. And I do have one little arm, and I have to make 3 more that look exactly like this. There's my little arm. And then I do have the muzzle made, and then this is going to be the eye mask that goes over its little face, and that's all that I have made on that. But like I said, I do really like this yarn, but I think that I want to try it eventually. I mean, whenever I can afford to order from them again, I would like to try the 8.6 in that yarn. But it is really, really nice yarn, especially for the price versus yardage. This book, I absolutely love this book too. So what else am I working on? I think that's it. That is all my works in progress, because everything else that I have not touched. I have a couple things that are sleeping. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I have a couple things that are sleeping. I'll get back to them eventually. But yeah, that is all my finished objects and all my whips. Now, I do have a few acquisitions. Now, this acquisition I bought a week or 2 ago, and I forgot to show it. But it is the Cutest Crochet Creations book, Chronically Crocheting, Crystal. She showed this on her channel, and she is actually doing a crochet along all month long for patterns out of this book. I did link it down below in the description box. Now, I got mine off eBay because it was going to take a really long time for it to get here, and it was just a little bit cheaper on eBay, so I just went ahead and bought it off eBay and instead of getting it from Amazon. But I did put the link to the Amazon down below, but I think it is sold through another seller. And if you all follow Crystal, I'm sure that you have already seen this book. But it is really, really nice. It's a really nice book. I wish that it had a picture of all of them together, but I don't think that it does. Nope, I don't think so. So it has Sunny and Bill, which are two little birds. We'll try to go through them real quick. Rhiannon, I think, the bunny. She's cute. I like her. And then we have Cynthia doll. Otis the donkey. He's adorable. I like how they're wearing clothes. I love all the books that have things with clothes, animals with clothes. We have Nova the giraffe. Frankie the bunny. So it's a different bunny. Frankie the bunny. James the fox. He's cute. Quite a few in here. Meadow the cow. She's adorable. I love that. I like that little cow. Boris the bear. And Crystal made this one and he turned out so cute. He really turned out super cute. So I think I want to make him. I want to make the cow too. Luca the lion. He's cute, but I just don't know how I feel about that stripe down his face. I don't know how I feel about that. He's cute though. We have Scarlet, which is another doll. And I have not worked from this book, so I don't know about the patterns. They seem to be written well. This one is called Kobe the crocodile. We're almost to the end, so if you've already seen this, you can skip over it. Nutmeg the squirrel. He's cute. I like how the tail is different colors. That's cute. Lucy the lamb. I like her a lot. We have Jack Well. I think that's Jack. That looks really weird. And Poppy Narwhal. You don't think that says Jack? It kind of looks like a J. That cursive, I can read cursive, but that letter's throwing me off. But there's them. And I think that's the last one. I think. Nope. We have Milo the monkey. He's adorable. I love his little sailor outfit. So yes, you will be seeing patterns out of this book this month. She is doing a little bit of a giveaway, but I'm not going to enter in or anything like that. I just want to do it along with her because I think it'll be fun. So I'll probably do a couple patterns out of this book this month. So if you want to, I will link Crystal's video down below and you can go check it out, where she talks about this book and she shows the yarns she's going to be using, and I think she shows Boris that she made in that video also. But yeah, these patterns are really cute. So I'm excited to check this out. And it does have lots of pictures throughout. I like the way that it's set up. I mean, there's just pictures all throughout. That's cool. Showing you. So this might be a beginner friendly book. I like the font in this too. As y'all know, I'm blind. Not blind, but I can't see really well. So it's nice to find a book that I can see without my glasses on. So yeah. So I will, like I said, link this down below. I did not buy this from Amazon. Like I said, I got mine off eBay. But it is still available on Amazon. It is just not sold through Amazon. It's through Book Outpost or something like that. But it doesn't, I think it's only like $10. I think I paid like $8 or $9 on eBay. Can't remember. Now today, me and my daughter went to Walmart and I did get me some black peaches and cream, and I'm sure everyone is familiar with this, just black. There's 120 yards in it. There is a pot holder that I want to make. I'll pop in a picture of it. It's so cute. It's free pattern, and I did not have black, so I picked up some black so that I can make that pot holder, because I do have white. I just did not have any black. Pretty sure that's what I needed. I hope so. And then we got some fabric and a button for her purse. So this is what I'm going to attempt to do. I have only sewn twice in my whole life. I made, oh my goodness, I can't get it out. I made this bag and it's already falling apart. The seams are coming loose. But I made this a long time ago. I am not a sewer, y'all. I wish that I was really good at it, but I'm not. I have like a $20 sewing machine, and it just does the one little, you know, you can't like back stitch or nothing like that on it. It's probably meant for kids, but I didn't want to invest in a expensive sewing machine, not knowing if I liked it or not at the time. So I've had it for about 5 years, and I've used it probably 3 times. So what I'm going to do is I bought 2 of these because I wasn't sure what I needed, and they were only like 97 cents at Walmart. So I bought 2 of the black, and I'm going to put it through like that. But then for the inside, and I'm probably being very ambitious, but I'm going to follow Caroline over at For the Love of Crochet put out a bag tutorial, and I'm going to follow that tutorial to figure out how to make the lining for this bag. So that is what I'm going to use, and I will link Caroline's video down below just in case you want to learn how to sew your own bag, because she does an excellent job. But this is the inside fabric. It is Jack's Skeleton Nightmare Before Christmas fabric. And so this is what I'm going to attempt to show this inside. Like when you open it, this is what it will look like. But then the black will be what you see through the actual, you know, the actual bag. So I'm hoping that will help this to hold its shape, because she's really excited about this. She's like, because I was working on it the other night, and she's like, Mom, I know that you're not enjoying working on that bag, but she said, just think how proud everyone's going to be of me when you finish it. It's like, of you. I'm the one that's doing most of the work. But yes, I am very proud of her for making her granny squares. And then Walmart doesn't have a lot of buttons. I do have a few buttons here, but we did get this button. I don't know if I'm going to like it or she'll like it on there, but we're going to try that just to hold it on the front. I don't know. I wanted to get something neutral. I don't know if that's going to look right or not. What do you all think about the button? I might have to try to find something else later for the button, because I mean, it doesn't have to have one, and use this on something else. I don't know. But she doesn't really like the blingy buttons, you know, like the ones that look like diamond type stuff. She don't like stuff like that. So that is what we went with. And like I said, this is the fabric. I'm going to attempt. I don't know when I'll get around to it. Hopefully soon. Probably not today. But I am going to try to line this bag if I can figure out how to do it. And I think that's all. Yes, because I have been really, really good. I went to Michael's the other day, and I did not buy one skein of yarn, even though they did have yarn on clearance. So I was really proud of myself, because I am going to try to not buy yarn, even though I did buy this. But I wanted to make something with this, so that doesn't count. This doesn't count. But other than that, I am not going to buy yarn for a while. I'm going to try to use up what I have. I'm wanting to make another blanket too. I don't know, I've been in blanket mode here lately. So that is about all I have for you all. I'm looking around, making sure I'm not forgetting anything. I hope not. I think that's it. I'm sure this video is going to be really long again. But I feel like I got a whole lot accomplished. Like, I feel really accomplished. Even though I didn't work on that pig or anything, I do feel accomplished this week. So that's always fun to feel that way. So hopefully I'll have some more finished objects for you. I'm hoping to get this Ruana done. I think that if I just sit down and work on it, that I can finish it up, because I would like to finish that. It would have been really nice to have that yesterday, because it was kind of chilly out last night. So I'm going to try to finish that up. That is going to be my goal this week, is to get that done. And then I would like to start another blanket. I have lots of 4-weight yarn back here, some oddball yarns that I would like to try to figure out how to use some of them up from the Hobby Lobby clearance sale that I've been to before. So yeah, and then I have the yarn picked out for a gnome that Lori Hooks, if y'all don't know Lori, I will link her down below. She showed on her video. I have some Katona picked out for that. I'll pop in a picture of it. He is adorable. The only thing I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to give him a beard, because he needs a beard. So I think that I'm going to probably be starting that real soon. I wanted to start it this week, but I kind of went on a tangent there and made some other stuff. But anyway, I am just babbling, so I will let you all go, and I will see you real soon in another video. Who knows, maybe I'll put up another Whip Wednesday. No promises, but I might try to do that for you all this week again. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye.